what Tresor Rare is doing is absolutely disgusting. If you really have a product that you want to sell and you know it's that cheap, well, sell it $5 and say, hey, you know what? It's worth nothing, but the bottle's kind of cute. Yeah, someone might be interesting to have the face of Mariah Carey and a good-looking bottle. But you are now scamming people. It has to stop. It is going to stop. And some victims are now contacting the FBI. Yes, it's big, but we've decided that if we don't do it, no one is going to do it. And after 100 complaints, they're going to start to pay attention. So the authorities know about you. They're out there. They're coming. Stop doing this. Okay, so my personal experience with Tresor Rare happened in 2018 in Palm Beach, in Florida. I was shopping on Worth Avenue with my mother, just to put you in perhaps the state of mind that we were. Worth Avenue is a very luxurious avenue of stores. You are walking past Neiman Marcus, Tiffany, Ralph Lauren. So of course you expect to have great brands and great service and not to be scammed on the street. So I'm shopping with my mother. We are very used to be there in Palm Beach. We've been going to Palm Beach every winter since I'm a baby. You can hear by my accent that I'm not American, but still I'm used to that region. So we are shopping, and then a gentleman comes on the sidewalk and tells us about his fabulous beauty products from Switzerland called Tresor Rare. And then he shows us his beautiful boutique, I have to admit, very nice store, with a very big picture of Mariah Carey, their spokesperson. And he tells my mom that he has a perfect solution. He looks at her and he says, I can see some wrinkles here. I have something for you. It's going to disappear. When you tell us Switzerland, we think quality, because a lot of great brands in terms of beauty products, aesthetic, cosmetology is from Switzerland. They have great laboratories. They have stamped and official beauty cosmetic solutions. So we, as a consumer, we think, okay, wow, it must be a good product. So we enter the boutique and we get a little free treatment, and he puts a little bit of something that he has in his hands. We don't know what it is. Of course, he tells us it's the products of Tresor Rare. He tries it on myself and my mother. He tries it on one eye, and we can compare with the other eye. And it's absolutely true, I admit. After a few seconds, yes, it seems like the skin is not wrinkled anymore. It's been tightened a little bit. So yes, we can see the results. So my mother, of course, is very positive. And then he gives us a price that is absolutely ridiculous. I do not remember exactly the price that he said, but of course it's above thousands of dollars US for a bottle. So we said, okay, we'll go. And then he says, no, but there's a promotion today. There's a promotion. Listen, if you take that one and that one, I can make you a deal. And it goes on like that until he reduces the bill to close to $700 that we accept to buy. We buy the products. From the moment we buy, things go very fast. He takes us to the cashier, and there's a lot of action. And at that moment, there is something in me that says, wait, what's going on? It went fast. We're buying this. This is very expensive. My mom is using a credit card. What is she signing? I see a sign saying no return after purchase. I see it. It is indicated. I want to precise this fact because some other victims of Tresor Rare did not see the sign. And I know it's a tactic that they used in some other stores because they are everywhere in the States. But in my case, I want to be absolutely legit and tell you that I saw it. So we make the payment, and as we step out of the store where my husband is waiting, I get something is telling me, take your phone and Google. There's something fishy with them. And I Google, and then, I'm hit by hundreds of comments on your website, on PIS Consumer, on other types of website where you can go and write a comment on companies. It is absolutely breathtaking. It's official that I was scammed. I'm not even asking myself, is there a chance I wasn't? It's official. So we finished the day shopping. I'm a little bit shaken. I don't want to talk about it too much with mom. And then I just think, no, I need to do something. I'm gonna call them. I'm not opening the products. I finally explained the situation to my mother, and I said, we're not opening the products. We're going to call your credit card, and I'm going to return the products. No problem. They give me my money. I give them back their products. And then it started months of work. First of all, I wrote my review on your website. And doing so, I decided that I needed to unite with other victims. So I created a Facebook page that we called Tresor Rare Victims Unite. So I decided to create that Facebook page just to exchange stories with other victims and try to understand what kind of scam it was and perhaps help each other. And then I've received stories, and I'm telling you right now, and I'm having goosebumps because I realized that my story was nothing. I thought $700 was a lot. I received testimonials from, and it's always elder ladies, because there's that vulnerability, the wrinkle things. They know where to get you and convince a lady who probably would like, yes, to get the face back 10 years very quick, that she needs their product. So anyways, I received a story from someone, a lady who was scammed for $20,000. And I'm like, okay, no, this has to stop. So I exchanged a few emails with that person, and she actually helped me building the page. And to this day, I was lucky. I was able to get my money back, and I'm going to tell you that part of the story. But I just want to say that to this day, we are having close to 200 people on that page, and I'm not happy. Normally you have a lot of people on a Facebook page, you're happy. For me, every time I see someone else writing us or clicking on the page, I'm thinking, oh no, they're doing it again. They didn't stop. And they're not only in Palm Beach, they are pretty much everywhere in the States. A lot of cases in Bahamas, a lot of cases in Hawaii, also some cases in the UK. Some people from the UK reached out to us. Some people were also on your website and saw the comments, and it's always the same question. They feel stupid. Why did I buy this? Why was I that stupid? You know what? You're not stupid. And first of all, they are professional at convincing you. We found out that Tresor Rare belongs to a company that is called Dead Sea Cosmetics. That company is from Israel. The people working for their companies, because there are a lot of sub companies. You have Tresor Rare, you have Adore, you have Premier, you have some brands from that company, and it's always the same technique. And they train their personnel, and they're all Israeli, traveling to the States, traveling to the UK, sometimes legal, sometimes not. By the way, this is another story. And we even found some videos of trainings. The way they train them, they are usually militaries, and it's a way for them to go make money, to go travel, and scam people on the street. Lovely business. So what they do, in my case, of course, they make us believe that their little product works. By the way, about an hour after we exit the store, the product didn't work anymore, and we could see some sort of a deposit of white powdery stuff. So it's, if you glue, I don't know what they use, but I guess that if you glue a little bit your wrinkle, you're gonna be super young for half an hour. So that's what happened to us. Some ladies, and it's not only one testimonial that I've received on the Facebook group, it's a lot of them. They say that they had a weird sensation. They all talk about going in the back store to receive a facial treatment. It's something we did not receive, something we were offered, though, when I asked my money back. They said, no, but come, we're going to give you a treatment. What happened is that during these treatments, the victims start to feel dizzy. They are disoriented. We've had some testimonials of treatments lasting for more than 3 hours. They lock them in a room and they come back with some persuasive technique. So at the end, the person is thirsty, worried, dizzy, wants to get out so much that they will buy the products at any cost. So again, if it happens to you, if you are a victim, don't feel bad. You're not stupid, and be careful about the substance that were used. There is a case, a court case, actually in Aspen, Colorado. There's also a link that we can send. It was in the media, and the 2 victims are suing the company for feeling drugged, feeling dizzy. They say that a substance was used. We've also received some confidential reports about techniques of substance use in order to get a person's total collaboration into buying some products. The use of the credit cards. We had some cases of people who voluntarily bought very expensive products, but other cases also there were some amount that were taken on credit cards, on several credit cards, because they of course convince you. If you say, yeah, but I don't have that money, it's like, yeah, but you might have it. You might have it. Give us many credit cards. We're going to do many payments. So they find a way. We've been, of course, in touch with a lot of financial institutions. Some are very collaborative. Some others have some strict rules that if you bought the product and you were there physically, you made the decision to buy, there is nothing that they can do. They don't want to, they cannot argue that. And it's something that our financial institution told us. So I couldn't block that payment. What I did as a solution, first of all, I tried to contact the company. That's the first step. Everyone, do it. I'm telling you, it's worth nothing, but do it, because they will answer you. Tresor Rare, they have a website. They will answer you that, unfortunately, they're not responsible because these boutiques, these stores are franchise. So they sell their products, but they're not related to them, which means that it's the store that you have to contact in order to get your money back. They're not responsible for what happened. When you try to contact that store and you use the phone number on your invoice, the same invoice that I've posted on your website, you have a picture of the invoice and the phone number. Surprise, the phone number doesn't work. Of course. So I called back the company. I said, listen, there is a phone number on my invoice, but it's a fake phone number. You're going to put me in charge with the person who's the director of that franchise. You have franchise? You know who bought it? Put me in contact with that person. They gave me a phone number in California. I started calling that office. They picked up. Of course, the responsible person was never there, but I never gave up. I called back. And I know some points of law that are supposed to be, for example, a real company must be registered. A real company has a director registered and a registration address. That's official, and it's something that you should have access to. When I started asking the question to the person, because first of all, I said, listen, you sold me some product that are fake. I saw the reviews. Not only you sold me fake products, but you told me they were from Switzerland. That's a branding. When we look behind the product, on the bottle, on the box, name it, nothing talks about Switzerland. Worst, nothing talks about the production or the laboratory. So there's no way to find out where that product was made. That's illegal. So I said, there's something wrong. She said, no, but they are made somewhere in Europe, the products. I said, oh, really? They're made in Europe. Where? She said, in Amsterdam. That's I said, yes, it's the Netherlands, ma'am. But no, it's not written on the box, so don't play geography with me. Short story, I asked her finally, can I please have the name of the director of the company and your registration address? Then it exploded. Oh, you're going to have to stop this and we're going to put lawyers on you. And I said, fabulous, our lawyers will talk. This is the last call you have from me. I am also calling an attorney. As a matter of fact, I did call the general attorney of the state of Florida, and a lot of them were called, depending the states where the scam happened. I have to tell you that everywhere I called, every authority, it can be the general attorney, it can be consumer protection bureaus, they all knew about Tresor Rare. I realized that I was not alone, and I'm telling you, victims, you are not alone. The authorities know about them. What are they doing? Big question mark. I don't understand why they still exist, but they know about what they are doing. So you have to continue, call, ask for a reimbursement. What they're doing is absolutely illegal. And then you're probably going to receive a phone call from someone higher ranked, let's call it that way. So there is someone who called me a certain David. He had an accent, so I don't know if he was calling me, where he was calling me from. Which, by the way, doesn't matter. The product is a scam, period. It can be a scam from Paris. It can be a scam from Israel. It's not related to Israel. Some stores where people decided actually to go and demonstrate in front of the store, they started to yell at the people saying that they were Nazis and that they were doing that because the company is from Israel. I just want to remind you that there were some Israeli among the victims and they were there at the manifestations. I think we have the support from Israeli associations in the state, from the Jewish community. What Tresor Rare is doing is actually awful for the Israeli community, and we have the full support. When I say we, I'm talking about the victims. So they really have to stop playing that card. So I received a phone call from someone, and now he wants to negotiate, and he wants to send me new products. And I'm like, no, let's just get back to the basic. What you're doing is illegal. What I want is my money back. I'm willing to send you back the products. There's no problem. I'm gonna pay a FedEx. I'm gonna put it in a nice box. I'm gonna send it to you. You reimburse my mother's credit card, and I'm not sending the products before I see the reimbursement on the credit card. It was a never-ending negotiation. Phone calls, emails. I had to threat. I had to talk about a lawyer being involved. I had also to talk about the other victims. And then I decided to start myself and talk about their spokesperson, Mariah Carey. Why is Mariah Carey supporting something that is scamming her fans? She made a post on her Twitter on Mother's Day telling her fans to spoil their mothers to Tresor Rare. So I decided to reply Mariah Carey. Not only Mariah Carey, but her management, Rock Nation, and also Paris Hilton, the journalist. So I started tweeting. Tresor Rare did not appreciate. Oh, because of course I tagged them in my tweets. So the reaction was quite aggressive. Then they really, yes, they wanted me to stop. And that's what I tell the victims. Do not stop. Be out there. Reach out. And yes, put pressure on the ones who are supporting Tresor Rare, Dead Sea Cosmetic, and all that criminal activity. Because Mariah Carey was paid 1.4 million American dollars, and it all happened after a trip to Israel, and it's all documented. Again, there were articles on that, and we've posted it on the Facebook group, by the way, if you want to know more about it. So I just decided to be out there a lot. They didn't like it. I posted reviews everywhere, including your website. They really did not like it, and they got back to me with a threat. They said, we're going to get you your money back, but you better erase all of your comments. Of course, they've threatened to sue me. I've received some messages on Facebook, and they do it to victims, and they're going to do it again. The bottom line is that what they're doing, again, is illegal. You cannot force someone to remove a comment. And if actually I go and I change my comment on Piss Consumer, or I remove it, I'm doing something illegal, because I'm basically lying to the community. I'm telling them that, oh no, by the way, the product was okay. I had a good service. You know what? No, the product is not okay. You are a scam, Tresor Rare. You are criminals. And I am not going to listen to any of your threats. And I hope that no victims are going to listen to what you guys are doing. I have received my money back. It was long. It took exactly 2 months, but I won my fight. And I can tell you that some other victims also won. And the little lady I'm telling you about, that I just wish one day I'm going to meet her and hug her, she got her $21,000 back. Just picture this. We're not talking about millionaires here. We're talking about people struggling. And they wake up one morning and I have some kids writing me about their parents, their moms who were ashamed and it took a while before they admitted, I don't know why I did that. I've spent so much money. Their mothers were in financial problems because of that company, who were able, by any technique, drug, name it, to convince a person to spend so much money for a fake product. So my little review on your website became practically a movement and a unity among victims, and we are going to continue with your help. We are going to update the victims, give them the process to get their money back. Of course, tell them to please don't enter the store. If you're a little bit more clever than me and you Google before entering, then you're gonna see our comments on the website. But just don't go there. And I would like to say a few words. I don't know if it's possible, but a few words to the people working for Tresor Rare. You know what a lot of victims say? They tell us, oh yes, but he was so nice. Oh, but when I came back, they really seemed like they wanted to help. And the victims, they still think that you guys are nice after you took their money and you sold them something that we don't even know what it is. Guys, if you hear this, there are some other ways to make money. You're young, you're dynamic. The energy that you're putting to do that, it's criminal. Seriously, be a hero. Just get that pay, okay, for this week. Step out and never come back. And if you want to join, actually, if you want to share some experiences with the victims, no one is going to ask your name. Share it, write comments, be out there and help people. What Tresor Rare is doing is absolutely disgusting. If you really have a product that you want to sell and you know it's that cheap, well, sell it $5 and say, hey, you know what? It's worth nothing, but the bottle's kind of cute. Yeah, someone might be interesting to have the face of Mariah Carey and a good-looking bottle. But you are now scamming people. It has to stop. It is going to stop. And some victims are now contacting the FBI. Yes, it's big, but we've decided that if we don't do it, no one is going to do it. And after 100 complaints, they're going to start to pay attention. So the authorities know about you. They're out there. They're coming. Stop doing this.